Hi there, how you doing? My name is Paul Murphy, and give me a second while I just... Anyway, batteries on them. Thank you for your patience, sir. So, hello if you're a new viewer. Well, hello if you're an existing viewer as well. And more importantly, if I'm looking in the wrong place, I do apologise. If you'll forgive me, but more importantly to me, hello Dylan and Emily, if you ever get to see this. Hope you're doing okay. It's Daddy, and this is 2 days before your 12th birthday, Dylan. Correct. You should have had the first instalment of your birthday presents arrive today. I apologise for the creaking of the chair, and as I can no longer play the guitar due to paralysis and muscle loss, I thought that I would do, while I'm still able, a recital of the last batch of lyrics that I've done. Okay, that's the talky out of the way. I may talk a little bit about some of the songs, I don't know. I can see myself now, I wish I couldn't. Spike Milligan joke now. So this is all new material. I would love to turn the camera around. I've got all my lyrics that are extant here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 A4 box file. Oh, well, you don't want to know because you can't see them, so. And we're going to start with the last song that I ever wrote. I wrote this at 12:40 p.m. on the 18th of July 2024. And it's called Were You a Dream? Were you a dream? You glided by, grace personified, my unworthy eyes I tried to hide. Were you a dream, or were you real? I stood transfixed, with hopes revealed. Jet black hair and waterfall smile, floating on air, all stared, beguiled. Such pure beauty, mere words can't tell. I live from now, beneath thy spell. Did seconds pass, or was it days? Because, for you, time averts its gaze. Your aura cleared, and you were gone. More mortals to cast your magic upon. Another one I used to sing songs, and I would do talkies about some of the songs. I would get some comments saying, you know, just get on with the song, man, and all this kind of stuff. But that's the world we live in now, you know. The patience is a thing of the past. And that song, it came to me. I was in a bank. I just explained, I don't know how it is for other songwriters, but people always say this song's about this person or that person. And is this about me? Is this about him, her, them? How's it come to you? You must have been really involved with that person. I was in a bank. I was the next up in the queue, and I looked up and this young lady, this vision of loveliness, came through the door and was walking down. I got called forward. She stood there. I went to the counter, did my stuff. I may have sort of looked her way a couple of times, desperately trying to make eye contact and desperately trying to look 50 years younger than I am. And then the man gave me my money. I said goodbye to him, and off I went. Our entire interaction was about 90 seconds, no eye contact, never spoke a word. A vision of beauty, such panache in her walk, such charisma, just as it says in the song, the aura, and that gave birth to that song. Now we're going backwards, I think. No, we're not. They're just coming out any old how now. Some kind of life. You say you hate your job. You're tired with your life. You're bored with your existence and you can't stand your wife. You've got your lottery dreams. They're your holy grail. If victory is freedom, then you're an epic fail. The meter keeps running, 20 years of 9 to 5. Someone ought to tell you, you're barely alive. Saturday night love leaves you both empty. Did you say to happiness, please exempt me? You never had children, you left it too late. You can't remember laughter and you're seething with hate. You threw your time away and it's gone forever. You dragged your wife down with you, snarling, we sink together. Sitting staring vacant at your TV screen. When the wife goes up to bed, your laptop's browsing things obscene. One day you will die, and no one will mourn. For all that you've achieved, you might never have been born. Written at 12:59 p.m. on the 10th of July 2024. That again was started on a drive. I was sitting in a car and I was actually thinking about a friend of mine and who that song isn't about, but I was thinking about such a nice guy, and he's in a, well, I guess he likes his job, I'm not entirely sure, but the people who he works for are not nice, you know. And, you know, because in this country now we have no workers' rights whatsoever. It's very strange to think, he says, thinking of it now, that when I started in 1982 and I was writing, you know, my social commentary songs about social liberties and rights and fighting against ID cards that were coming in, that was one of the first free concerts I paid and played. And 2024, 42 years on, we have less rights than we ever did. Less rights. We're more monitored than ever, you know. A lot of it by choice, but our telephones track our every waking movement and moment, almost, you know. Employers' rights stripped away. Children's rights still non-existent in this country. Etc., etc., etc. Well, so I'm still writing these kinds of songs, but anyway, there's my friend had mentioned to me that song I'd sung sounded like Jimmy Percy of Sham 69, and this is kind of spooky because there's I can't remember what it's the B-side to, Hersham Boys or If the Kids United, a song called Sunday Morning Nightmare. That must have come out in 78, I guess, because I was in the army. And we were all singing that, and I used to do it in that voice. It's a Sunday morning nightmare. Off the That's Life album. And there's a mixture of that in there, and Smithers Jones by The Jam, you know. Good morning, Smithers Jones. And that song, as I was walking away, and I was kind of thinking back to 1978 or that era, and thinking, what happened to those people in those songs? What happened to them when they grew up and got to my age, you know? And so that was a scenario of one of those people, you know. I mean, not everyone goes out. My son said to me the other day, well, a couple of weeks ago now, and in a conversation, he was telling me about this online game he plays, okay, and he said, you might like this one, Dad. He said, because you're old, and it's this game, and it's designed like the old Space Invaders, you know, from about 1980 or something. But it's just the way he said it, because you're like really old, Daddy. That son's 11, you know. And I did, you know, and I'm, yes, Dylan, but, you know, okay, I'm 63. But if you know any other 63s that are kicking out punk rock songs, you know, blaring out electric guitar and putting up on YouTube, let me know. So, anyway, this one's a bit more poignant, I guess. This is called Last Call. Everything has gone silent. I can't hear a sound. Am I here all alone? Or are you still around? Did you get what you came for? Then got away fast. Whatever town you arrive in, better keep their doors clasped. Spent my last memory on an unburdened dream. When you close your own curtain, you'll know what I mean. What did I do to deserve this? Who did I hurt? What crime was I framed for? Who's that shoveling dirt? I keep getting messages. They all say the same. Here's a blank piece of paper. Just sign your name. I wonder who'll find me, and what will they say? They might echo my own thoughts. Who was I, anyway? Is it midday or midnight? What's that word I can't find? Perhaps I'll play on your conscience, if fate be so kind. Life is nothing but a condemned cell, and don't count on heaven. There is only hell. I wrote that at 19:08 p.m. on 9th of July 2024. I should just point out that these are the original handwritten lyrics. I keep getting asked this all the time, literally, all the time, from people who don't see it. So I've made some videos of me writing songs recently. But this is literally how the songs come out. So I get the opening line, the title always comes last, invariably, and the songs come out complete. Because it always was that way. Whenever anyone has doubted that, so many bands, so many co-musicians and everything over the years, I've always, you know, been, well, doesn't it do it for you? I remember, if you go back to 82, 83, when I was starting, you know, in the bedsit, when we were all there with our various guitars. Well, actually, it was just Steve in flat 2 who had a guitar, and all of us lining up to borrow it. And there would be Shane and Ben. They'd have scraps of paper with a couple of lines on and stuff, or notebooks, you know, with things in. But it never was that way with me. The songs, out of 1,500 songs, I guess, you know, 1,422 of them, approximately, just come out complete. So I started filming myself writing some of these. I keep getting distracted by my children and the viewfinder. Dylan, Emily, if you watch this, this is 2014, Emily and Dylan. So Emily, you are just the best big brother in the world. Look at him there. So sorry. Joking up about I haven't seen this footage in about 8 years. Anyway, Last Call. So that's a song that may or may not be a song about a 63-year-old man dying of functional motor neuron disease. Here is a song. Now, Bob Dylan fans may recognize the opening line here. I need to actually get on with this because I want to listen to it again, you know. the reason I make these YouTube videos is I just want to try and leave something behind that my children will hopefully be able to find somewhere down the line, and so talking about the songs, you know. So it's just like if they were here and, you know, they're very bored by me, you know, I haven't seen them in years. But, you know, if they get an idea what Daddy was about, what he thought, how much he cared for them and other people, etc. Anyway, so here's a song. Bob Dylan fans might recognise the opening line, and then it's pure Paul Murphy after that. This is to some people. This is called So-Called Friends. I keep looking at myself in the viewfinder. I do apologise for not making eye contact. You got a lot of nerve to say you ever were my friends. The more I hurt, the more you stood there grinning. Not one time did you ever have a helping hand to lend. I should have listened to what I was told about you in the beginning. You stood and watched me there, gasping for each breath, ransacking everything you could get your dirty hands on, dreaming of robbing my beloved offspring upon the instant of my death. At least I lived long enough to see what you planned on. You saw them black and blue. Not once did you intervene. You shrugged, so what, as she beat my children. I pray the gods damn you for ignoring what you've seen. You know what she's like. You know she could have killed them. You're like a locust plague, emptying out their banks, feathering your nests while they both went starving. Always acting oh so vague, demanding cash up front as thanks. Well, guess what? This golden goose ain't yet for carving. You pass me on the street. You act so innocent, then feign surprise when my tongue unleashes both barrels, claiming undue self-pity in the text you later sent. You're so repugnant, you burn a baby while singing Christmas carols. I held out as long as I could, but the end is coming fast. At least I live long enough to tell this. Your time is short as well, and when you breathe your last, you are guaranteed to receive hell's kiss. It's quite a tumultuous storm just started as I was going through there. I wrote that in 23, I think. Oh, you know, I notated it. How strange. This is called Downtown. I didn't see you around today. Normally only see you going down anyway. You're renowned for going to town, so they say. Look me in the eye next time you're passing by. I hear you bought a brand new coat. Your body's cashing checks your uncle wrote. Didn't your mama tell you that it's rude to gloat? Hold on to the mast. The storm's approaching fast. Be careful once you've baked their bread. They might eat somewhere else instead. You must dread hearing what the watchman said. What's there not to see? A shred of sympathy. That was written at 15:33 p.m. on the 3rd of July 2024 on the bed. Again, you know, I'm thinking, like, wow, this song, I was just lying on the bed. I always use the word just, and I shouldn't do that, you know. The song's come along anyway. I was lying on the bed and I was hoping my son would call or send me a text message when he got out of school, and he didn't. So, you know, when you don't have long left, you cram everything and you don't waste a second. And so that song came out, you know. It's kind of a song about someone who doesn't have as much self-respect for themselves as they should do, and hopefully they will find it. Because when I sing it, everyone's, oh, well, you know, that's an angry song, you know, you really go into town there. No, they're not missing the point. They take from the song whatever they take from it. But I'm angry that people have had something in their life that has diminished their self-worth. So I don't want to put down any fans of that song, because I know there's a lot of fans of it, you know. You know, these messages, play more like that, forget the acoustic, you know, play that. You want me to have an aneurysm as well as everything else, you know. But, so that's, this is, okay, this is going to be, I'm going to put these up there, that's okay. Have I got enough time to get through this? Hopefully. The file times out, you see. This is called Scars. So my throat is seized up now. So how's your day been? Well, good. I'm manipulating my throat, but okay. Scars. Take 3. Scars. Chloe says, I know why no one loves me. It's because I am ugly, deep inside. She pulls up her sleeve, takes the blade, and adds one more scar. She watches the blood flowing free and lies back and sighs. Mama don't care. She knows what's happening. Says I've got problems of my own. No one to help me solve them. Since Jimmy left, it's just a teenage thing. She's sure to grow out of it. She takes another drink, empties the bottle, and lies back and sighs. Upstairs alone, Chloe opens her diary, heads a fresh page, why me, and begins to write. I miss my daddy so. Why did he have to go? Mama said it was all my fault. That's when the slaps began. So I must punish myself each and every night. Downstairs alone, Mama hunts through the cupboards. There must be a drink here somewhere. None to be found. I'm going out. She shouts up the stairs. Takes the school dinner money. Mascara and high heels to cover her own scars each and every night. The front door slams. Chloe's alone again. The situation's no different than when Mama's here. She glances down, looks at her scar crisscrossed legs. Idly her mind makes patterns and pictures in them. She picks up the blade again and cuts more self-worth away. 5 streets downtown, Mama hugs the bar, showily straightens her stockings, casting out the bait. Not long to wait. Hi there, says a beer-soaked voice, making an end-of-night choice. Vodka on ice, says Mama, and cuts more self-worth away. The slow, dripping sound plays a soft beat to Chloe. It's getting fainter slowly as the red pool grows. Maybe she knows she's gone too deep this time. Self-justice for no crime. Her eyes slide shut. A photo of Dad beside her is how they're going to find her. Struggling in vain in the alleyway boudoir. Mama hears, we all know who or what you are, as hands pin her down. One by one they take her, high-fiving as they break her. After an hour they're finished, then add some kicks for pleasure. Half naked, broken, bleeding is how they're going to find her. 1 a.m. comes. Jimmy wipes the sweat from his brow. His shift is over now, and it's a special day. Finally, he saved enough to take Chloe away. He didn't want to tip off Mama, so he stayed silent these 6 months. A drop in the ocean to our new lives, he smiles to himself. That's 10:36 a.m., 6th of July 2024. Might get a couple more in. So that's that was really almost going back to how I started in 82, 83, 4, 85, 86. Eye of the Needle. She's cried a million tears about domestic abuse. So many times before, Teenage Runaways, Candle. Those songs, and I never left that era. Too prolific, I guess, you know. But that was sort of right back in there, in those days. That when that one came to me. And Dylan and Emily, if you ever do see this footage, that's not the Chloe that we know. Okay. I took the name from another lady, and that's not her life story either. It just, the name popped in, and the next thing I knew I had 5 pages, and that came out. That song, there's a line in there. I was sitting just over there, and the words were just flowing, coming out, and my poor disabled fingers struggling to keep going, and to finish the song, because the words just come through and go, you know. And I got that line about Daddy's photo beside her, and I just went, I'll finish the rest of that with wet eyes. Circumstances. Sometimes the meter I read these changes. I can look over there. My eyes keep veering to all the pictures mentioned behind me. There's one here that just caught my eye there. So I sort of think, because when the songs come to me, the meter comes, you know, while the words come in, they come to me with the meter, and then I put the music to that meter pretty much instantly when I finish the last word. So sometimes I'm reading them in that meter, you know. Circumstances. I'm sick of your attitude, I'm tired of your lies. How about some gratitude, that'd be a nice surprise. You seem to forget where you were when we met, coming home at 3 a.m. drenched in someone's sweat. I gave you an open hand and all you did was bite it, hissing this is who I am and I'm not gonna fight it. Where would you be if it wasn't for me? Listening to some scum laugh, I hear the fourth one's free. Some people, when their dreams come into view, forget they're in debt to an IOU. I guess the saying's true, leopards don't change their spots. I gave a safety net to you, and I hear you sneer, so what? Don't take chances with your circumstances. You might find yourself back where the devil dances. Never look a gift horse in the eye. You've got a long way to fall if they say goodbye. .50 a.m. 8 July 2024. Probably waiting for young Sheldon or something to start on the television. That's a nice rocker, though I say so myself. 31 minutes, we might get something else out. It's a rare one for me because it's got a chorus. Not too many of my songs have choruses. This one has a middle 8, but it doesn't come in the middle and it's not 8 bars. Sooner or later. My chair's just collapsed. Shall I keep going? Let me a melting. I'm hoping it was the chair. It may well have been my spine. Sooner or later. The future's looking bare, but you don't care. You sneer you need a helping hand. Try your luck with prayer. One day you might be in trouble downstairs. Don't come running to me. You're nothing that my eyes want to see. Keep both feet on the ground as you go down. This ain't the kind of town where the law will hear a sound. Wouldn't want you turning up in lost and found. Oh, you laugh at people's problems. How about when it's you that's got them? Don't try to pretend that you're a friend. The real you's painted faithful in the messages you send. I wonder who will be there for you in the end. Your deeds might come to haunt you. Your victims might return to taunt you. Every step of the way you play the agitator, but everything gets evened up sooner or later. 16:10 p.m. 10th July 2024. There was one day, I don't know what day it was, but I wrote, I think, 5 songs in the one day. Okay, we're just about finished on this file now, and still got a few more to go. Goodness me. Prolific to the end. Thank you so much for your time, and I've been Paul Murphy, and I've been honoured to have your company through the mystic of pixels. Dylan Emily, you know I love you. Bye. Can't stop saying it. Okay. Take care of yourselves, and don't buy Swedish furniture. I think might be a good closing note. I've got to try and lean forward now without falling out of the chair. So tell me again how your day's been. It's good.